Why hello. It is like midnight on a Friday. Matt and I just got back from our date night. We had ramen and then we went to 9-Pin Cider, which if you're ever in Albany, don't know why you would be, you should go to 9-Pin. It's like our favorite place in the city. I have more cider that we brought home with us. I'm wearing a blue lipstick for like the first time in a very long time. And I feel bad about it because it is a now discontinued Makeup Monsters lipstick. Makeup Monsters is now Menagerie Cosmetics. I did look at their website though. They have 3 other blue lipsticks, one of which looked pretty comparable to this. So I'm sorry, I only have so many. I wasn't gonna buy new blue lipsticks. I own blue lipsticks, so I don't know. Also, I'm really like excited and also mad about my makeup right now. I'm mad because my eyes have been watering for days and I don't know why. It doesn't seem to be makeup related because I've worn different makeup. I've worn no makeup. My eyes just still watering. I think my body's not used to the dry air of Albany. I'm used to living in a swamp. I am excited though because I am wearing the Alma palette from the Amy Loves Makeup x Amy Hearts Makeup collab. I received this in PR today. Thank you, Amy. Oh my god, I'm so excited. I'm wearing this on my eyes today, but I don't want to take my glasses off because it's like hours into wearing this look and I'm crying and like crying with my makeup, so it's a no reflection of this, but isn't this so beautiful? Oh my god. But seriously, congrats Amy on this palette. It is stunning and I can't wait to do a review on it coming soon. My name is Lacey of Speak with Some Fat Hips and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I am bringing you a very special / urgent video. I'll get into that in a second. But today I'm going to be chatting with you guys about my favorite highlighter formulas, and I am collabing with one of my closest friends here on YouTube, Emily Hanhan, because we both just wanted to present you all with options in light of Jaclyn Hill's newest launch, but I'll get into that. I'm really excited to be collabing with Emily on this because not only do I fucking love Emily, she's such a special little like cinnamon roll. I just adore her so much. But Emily has a fairly new YouTube channel. She's been my friend on this platform for a while because she's watched my channel. She's a fan of the podcast. Like, we kind of met that way as her being a viewer of me first, and now that she's a creator and we're like, I don't want to say co-workers. That's not how this works. But it kind of feels like that in a way. And I'm just like, I'm so excited that she's on YouTube too. I'm so excited that she decided to make a channel because she's just so cute and sweet and adorable. And we've hung out twice now in real life because she's only 2 hours away from me. And on her channel, she does like reactionary kinds of videos. She does, you know, these kinds of videos where we're listing off things that we've tried. She does reviews. She does beautiful makeup looks. I am not a tutorial person, but Emily is. And I know that Emily's dipping her toes into commentary stuff, which I'm so excited about because Emily has such good opinions. I can't gush enough about Emily. Please go subscribe to her channel. Please go watch her counterpart to this collab and her picks for her favorite highlighters. I adore her so much. Go tell her I sent you. Get her to 1,000 subscribers. Oh my god. Thank you, Emily, for wanting to collab with me. Gushing aside, let's go into why we wanted to make this video to begin with. I need my cider for this. I feel like I rarely tell you specifically what to do with your money and who you want to support, because I honestly feel like that's not my fucking business. It's nobody's business to tell you who to financially support, where to put your money. It is what it is. However, I want to strongly advise that nobody buy Jaclyn Hill's new highlighters. And I don't like to give calls to action like that, so like hard and fast. But the fact of the matter is, for as much as we all want to act like Jaclyn Hill, and by we all, I should say the people who are die-hard standing her on Twitter, as much as we all like to act that Jaclyn Hill handled the situation and she said sorry and she addressed it, whatever, I feel like with the whole Jaclyn Hill cosmetics thing, with Jaclyn Hill's whole career in general, it seems like she has proven time and time again that she's not trustworthy, that she only really comes to YouTube when she has something to sell, and that it seems like she puts money over her own integrity and over the safety of her own fans. We still don't know what the fuck happened with her lipstick launch. She really hasn't explained much at all. No one's buying the fuzzy glove thing. She hasn't addressed the shards of plastic or metal or whatever the hell it is. There's people supposedly who haven't gotten their refunds yet. she still hasn't really addressed anything about the lipsticks as being contaminated. She stands by the fact that they're safe to use, whatever. I don't know. I fully believe that she only gave refunds to legally not be held liable anymore for anything about the lipsticks. I digress. And I feel like everyone's like, we know this, Lacey, we got it. But I wouldn't have felt compelled to make this video if it wasn't for the fact that people seem to be like having short memories about this issue. And we seem to be forgetting how toxic of a launch and how toxic Jaclyn Hill is to this beauty community, and how she represents all of the worst parts of the beauty community of just like shilling and profiting off of parasocial relationships and misusing consumer trust, abusing consumer trust, not using her platform for good, like all of the above. I will link Maggie Mayfish's video about Jaclyn Hill down below. You need to watch it. It will change your perspective. Seriously, if you don't know why I'm so mad right now, you need to watch Maggie Mayfish's video. It really, like, if I wasn't already so upset with like everything Jaclyn Hill represents in the beauty community, that video just sent me spiraling. It's like, it really is bad. She's not coming from a place of like slander or gossip either. It's very well backed in information. A very good watch. On top of like, just, I don't know, everything about the launch is shady. And my point is, people seem to have short memories about that. There are people who are like forgiving Jaclyn Hill, who are like rooting for her, which I got news for everybody. If no one bought a piece of makeup from Jaclyn Hill ever again, she would still be rolling in millions of dollars. She would still be fine. I don't personally think she's said sorry enough to deserve a redemption arc. That's just me. I see influencers I really respect reviewing her products, and I get that they're doing it from the standpoint of, I want to present all the information, I want to be unbiased about it. But I just feel like giving her products any attention at all is not of helping the situation. It's giving her a platform once again, whether that's the intention or not, because somebody somewhere is going to look at those products and think, ooh, pretty, I want it, and forgive her. And that's not holding her accountable for all this bullshit. We need to hold influencers accountable for their bullshit, and yet we don't seem to be doing that. The point of this video, all of that aside, is yes, highlighters look pretty, but there's already so fucking many highlighters in the world. I have compiled a basket full of highlighters, and so if you have any temptation in your heart to buy a Jaclyn Hill highlighter for whatever reason, I don't know why you would. I have a basket full of highlighters at all different price ranges in all different formulas that have shades for all different skin tones, and I stand by these formulas. So if you're tempted to get a Jaclyn Hill lipstick, I have alternatives for you. That is what this video is about. I love highlighter. We all know this. It's second only to eyeshadow for me. I have a large collection. We're digging into it and using this collection for some good today. I want to start off with the highlighter I'm wearing. Is this one jingling? I was kindly sent the entire Space Age highlighter collection from Kaleidos Makeup. Thank you, Kaleidos, so much. There's already been 8 million videos on that whole collection. I can do one if you guys want. There's all different formulas and colors in that collection, and I think the standout highlighters specifically of the Space Age highlighters are Skywalker and Laser Glazer. These are the ones that are more of a glittery finish, and because it is glitter, these are the most impactful. I wanted to talk about these ones specifically because the first time I ever put on Skywalker, I was like blown the fuck away by how absolutely pretty this is. This one specifically has like no base color to it. It's the blue one. And I picked up Laser Glazer because it has the same formula. These are the only two that have this high shine glitter finish. They're impressive as hell. I know glitter highlighters are really scary, but it's that glitter that picks up the reflection like that. Let's see. Oh, I don't have my camera. Let me turn down my light and see if you guys can see the glow. Does this help? Can you see it? Like, this really is a crazy shiny highlighter, and it has no base color, specifically Skywalker, the blue one. When you look straight on, you can't see like a white base or anything. It doesn't have that. But when I turn, you just see the blue reflect. It's really cool. Only in my collection would like Lemonhead's Houdini kind of have the same effect. It's really, really cool. I know Jaclyn Hill is promoting multiple different formulas. I think this is one of the most high shine formulas in my collection. This green one specifically, I'm sure that I'll layer over like a rosy blush and it'll look fine. But I think if you're looking for like a strange colored highlighter, which not many of us are, but I am, If you had a deeper skin tone, this would be just as equally striking on you because you're not going to get that kind of reddish base that it has on my skin tone. And like I said, I liked all of the Space Stage highlighters. These two were the standouts to me, I should say. These two were like so much better than a lot of other things in my collection. I didn't want to include too many weird colored highlighters because I know they're not everyone's cup of tea and that's not specifically what we're trying to find alternatives for. But I would be lying if I said that this BH Cosmetics Duo highlight palette, this is absolutely one of my favorite highlighter palettes. I reach for this constantly. This is to me the most superior of all of the BH Cosmetics highlighter palettes. Again, you have to like glitter, but the glitter is really what makes these. I know glitter's scary and it's not for everybody. I'm not saying you should wear a highlighter like this to the office, but if you want something that is striking and different, this is it. Like, every time I wear this palette, people ask me, like, what is that on your face? And specifically, these are such unique colors. This is almost impossible to dupe out in my collection. And this is so affordable, and BH Cosmetics is always on sale. I'm already doing the hand trick that we talked about a couple videos ago. They blend out in a way that's not as glittery as these. This one, it's actually pretty smooth, but these are incredibly blinding. These aren't for the faint of heart. But I love them in the inner corner. I love them all over the face. They're just so interesting. Again, super affordable too, and I think this would work for a range of skin tones if you're looking for something different. Fairly new to my collection, but I think it's really appropriate for this video. The new Nabla Cosmetics Skin Glazing Highlighters. They have a huge shade range of these. There's probably a shade for everybody. I have, I think, the two lightest shades. I have Ozone, which is kind of like a champagne-y light color, like a pale champagne color, I should say. And then Privilege is more kind of peachy pink. Ozone is, in my opinion, a little bit better than Privilege, but I'll get into that. This is a baked formula, and I think out of my collection, and again, you gotta trust me, I have a lot of highlighters. I have like 3 drawers and a basket full of highlighters. This is the closest formula I think I have to the ABH Amrezy highlighter. So if you loved that Amrezy highlighter, or if you are upset that you didn't get it, I think that this is a good alternative for you. And like I said, a lot of shades available. There's definitely a shade for everybody. This isn't my favorite formula because it honestly is not the most blinding, but it can be built up to be really blinding. This, to me, the way that it acts on the face, though, like I said, really mirrors the Amrezy highlighter, and that skin glazing is the best way for it. It just looks like glass. It looks like your skin's just like wet and dewy. It doesn't look like, oh, you have a highlighter on your face, you know what I mean? Also, I ordered these from the Nabla site, which they ship out of Italy. I am in upstate New York. It got here in 2 days. I've ordered things like from the East Coast that haven't gotten here in 2 days by a long shot. Nabla's shipping is out of this world. If you like that kind of baked gelée formula that mirrors the Nabla formula I just talked about, then these Laura Geller Baked Gelato Swirl highlighters, I have so many of these, I just picked 3. This is for you then if you liked that formula. This is a classic. This is Gilded Honey. I have put such a dent in Gilded Honey, and you would think that this is a color that's too deep for me, but I just don't care because a gold highlighter like this just looks awesome. Peach Glow is another one of my favorites in this formula. I've put a huge dent in this. I don't know if you could tell. This is gorgeous. Oh, especially over a peachy blush. Forget it. And then my other favorite, which I have the huge jumbo size of, this is Pixie Pearl. This was like a special promotion they had on their website where you can get this in the jumbo size. I fucking love this one specifically. I'll swatch them all. Very comparable to Nabla. Very comparable to ABH Amrezy. Has a really good shine on it. And the thing about a baked formula like this is that it just goes on the cheeks really smooth. There's no glitter, there's no thick particles. It doesn't have that heavy kind of silicone-y texture that some other highlighters I'm going to talk about have, that like really stick to texture. These just look like shiny glass on your face. Laura Geller is so slept on in my opinion. I love a baked highlighter like this. Some more classics that everyone knows about, but if you haven't seen these or swatched these or touched these in real life, you gotta try them. The Ofra highlighters. This is like the old packaging. They're in better packaging now. I have a lot of Ofra highlighters as well, but I picked, again, my favorites just for this video. This is Rodeo Drive, which I don't know how I haven't hit pan in this. Honestly, I use this constantly. And Pillow Talk, which I've actually done a lot of damage to. Again, don't know how I haven't hit pan in this. Probably because I have so many fucking highlighters. These are staples in my collection. Ofra highlighters are like second to none in terms of blinding. Like, they've really perfected just a crazy shiny, what the hell is wrong with your face? I can't go in traffic like this because it'll cause problems. Like, they've nailed that level of like shiny from space formula. Again, they have a shade for everybody. I can feel very comfortable recommending any of these formulas to you because I know that there's a shade for everyone available. That's also why I wanted to do this video, because I feel like I have really good options for people of different skin tones and of different budgets looking for different finishes. There are so many good highlighters in the world, you don't have to be tempted to buy a crappy one. Another great baked formula if you're looking to stay away from glitter or heavy textured kind of emphasizing highlighters. These are really fantastic. These are the You Glow Girl baked highlighters from J.Cat Beauty. I have two shades. The first shade I ever tried was Bella Rose. If you're pale, like if you're Casper the Friendly Ghost level like I am, this is the shade for you. This is truly highlighting and blinding. But also I recently got, actually Hannah Smoky Glow Hannah passed this down to me, Crystal Sand, which is another fantastic pale person friendly shade. These are so blinding. There's something about the baked formula that just is like lighthouse level. Like, truly, you become a lighthouse. You go stand on a shore on a jetty and guide ships to safety wearing these highlighters. They're incredible. Did you see that? That's crazy. These rival the Ofra ones for sure at a much more affordable price. Again, there's a really good shade range in these J.Cat Beauty ones too, and they're so affordable and you can get them on Ulta.com. I would say these aren't for the faint of heart. Probably not the Ofra ones either. Actually, I want to compare Pillow Talk and Rodeo Drive because it seems to me like I have a type when it comes to these highlighter shades. The Ofra highlighters are much softer. They don't have that stiff kind of gritty baked texture, but I truly love baked highlighters. So this is Ofra, J.Cat, Ofra. All of the above. They're so blinding. Oh my god. I really truly I have so many more highlighters I'm not even talking about. These are the highlighters I reach for above all else because they're just reliable. I know they're going to do what I want them to do. I know the big thing in Jaclyn Hill's collection, the most blinding highlighter in her collection, is a loose highlighter. Might I interest you in a Juvia's Place highlighter? Specifically, again, shade range, man. They have you covered. I've gotten so many people in my life hooked on these highlighters. I've gifted these to friends before. The Juvia's Place loose highlighters are crazy. I am specifically showing off the shade Cleo today. This color, this formula, makes your skin just look like glass. I really can't explain it. I will say there's a little bit of glitter in this. I'm gonna, for the sake of not creating a mess, I'm going to put it on my hand. This is unreal. This looks like liquid molten metal on your face. And I will say, loose highlighters do suck to work with. If you're like, oh, it seems messy and inconvenient. It kind of is, but the glow that you get is worth it. That looks like molten metal. I know that this kind of glow specifically is not for everybody. If you're someone who's looking for a natural glow from within, check out the Nabla highlighters for sure. And then I have another option, two more options actually coming up that are more work appropriate, everyday appropriate highlighters where people aren't going to look at you and think something's wrong. But if you're looking for that, if you're looking to look like an alien, this is crazy. I can't stop staring at it in the viewfinder because it just looks like liquid metal. If you wet your brush first, or if you use my trick where you set your face with setting spray first and then go in really quickly before you have a second to dry, this gets crazy blinding, and they're so affordable. I think as we speak, Juvia's Place is on sale right now. There's a shade for everybody. And this, you get so much product. I'll never pan this as long as I live. I could not make a favorite highlighter video if I didn't talk about my favorite flying saucers, my Becca Cosmetics highlighters. This isn't even all of the ones that I own by a long shot. I collect these, and for good reason, because they're just a good reliable, classic formula. This is, to me, the most impressive highlighter shade range that I've ever seen. There is truly a highlighter for everybody, and they have undertones that hit all of the bases, in my opinion. I need to stop drinking cider. This is what I'm talking about when I say if you're looking for an average person's highlighter, like something that you could wear to work, you could wear on a job interview, you could wear to church. This is the highlighter that you should gravitate towards. 3 of the classic shades, the one that worked for me as a ghost person, the shade Pearl. This is their like stark white. It just messes with my lighting so badly. This is the stark white shade. I also really like the shade Moonstone. It's just, again, like that light champagne-y color. And then to me, the staples are like a blinding champagne and a blinding pink. These aren't that blinding though, I'm gonna get into that. Rose Quartz is like their lighter pink. They also have a much deeper pink than this. This is a really soft, like glow from within kind of highlighter. It's a drier kind of formula. The swatches look really good actually. When you apply this to your face, it just looks like you're radiating light. Like you're just softly glowing. Like kind of like I had a good night's sleep and I drank a lot of water. Healthy glowing. You can, with like setting spray, build these up to be full on blinding. But for me, if I want a blinding highlighter, I'm going to reach for something like Ofra right off the bat. This is more like my dainty, glow from within, gentle, kind of soft glow highlighter. They're really pretty though. I think because these aren't the most blinding either, they would work for those of you who are concerned about texture. I personally could give a shit about texture on my cheeks. Like I'm wearing blue glitter as we speak, but I know that that's a concern for a lot of people when it comes to highlighter. This is something that I feel like would work for mature skin. We hear that all the time. It's just nice. I have like all the limited edition ones. I love the Becca formula. I like hoard them because I don't always want to look like a lighthouse. Most of the time I do, but I don't always. I think if you're a blinding highlighter person or a natural glow person, the Fenty highlighters too, I don't think get enough love. There's like the crazy colored ones, like I have Trophy Wife, but I also have like this shade Diamond Ball Out. This was the for charity, I don't know if it was limited edition, but it's limited in terms of you can only get it on the Fenty website and all of the proceeds from this go to charity. This is like, who in their right mind is going to wear this? But the answer is me. I'm going to wear this because I might be an alien. Some of the Killawatt highlighters, there's even the Killawatt foil formula. A lot of those are like crazy blingy. Some are sparkly, some aren't. Depends on the color, but they're just really interesting. She makes really fun colors that are meant to do like drapey and artistic looks with. And I love kind of drapey artistic blushes. But then like you get to the duos. I did grab Trophy Wife. I'll swatch Trophy Wife too. Why not? Trophy Wife was one of those shades that like broke the internet when it came out. I actually fucking love this shade and I feel like the way I wear it, it doesn't look like a crazy person. Like, what are you wearing on your face highlighter? It looks crazy in a swatch though, but I think if you blend it out with a finger, looks great. Maybe I'm just weird. I don't know. I wanted to bring up the duos though, because I don't think people talk about these and give them the love that they deserve. When you look at the split pan Killawatt highlighters, I think I even have 2 more, but I grabbed Mean Money and Hustla Baby and Lightning Dust and Fire Crystal. These were some of the original ones that came out. You get one side is more of a duller, like glow from within kind of shade, and then the other side is a blinding shade. So you can mix them together. You can do like, I like to use the more natural side everywhere and just hit the high points of my face with the really metallic side. I like to swirl the whole thing together. I just think this is a really good way to get variety and a way to play with highlighter in that sense, because I think that was something that Jaclyn Hill emphasized in her video, is like playing with the formulas of highlighter on different places in your face and like layering highlighter, which I love to layer highlighter. I don't think people talk enough about layering highlighter. Like if you can see, truly one swatch isn't that blinding and the other is. I just think you get a good variety with these. It's a good way to just have all of your bases covered in one pan. And again, it's Fenty, so there's a shade for everybody. I hope I'm getting that across in this video. I love every single highlighter formula that I talked about in this video. I love them all for different reasons, but I think they're all fantastic. I love having them in my collection. I think people will really love them depending on your needs. When I watched Jacqueline's video specifically, I should say I didn't watch her video. I watched Pop Lux Nady, get under the influence and watch her video, or react to it, I should say. When I saw her video though, the way that she was describing her highlighter palette, which to me seemed like the most intriguing thing in the collection, the way that she was describing the textures and the way that the swatches looked, the one thing in my collection that I felt duped her palette was actually the Makeup Revolution. I don't even know what this is called, the highlighter quad. I'll put the name here because it has nothing on it other than Makeup Revolution on this quad. I know for a fact this is a $15 palette and Makeup Revolution is frequently on sale and you can use Ulta coupons on them because they're not a prestige brand. The way that she was describing her powders to me immediately made me think of this palette because I fucking love this palette. I reach for this palette constantly. Again, a baked formula, so it's gonna feel really dry and almost gritty to the touch, but you're getting a smooth result, and because these are baked, they're striking. They apply so nicely to the face. This is another one where you could use a wet or a dry brush depending on your intensity preferences. I accidentally overlapped one of these swatches towards the end. This is like an I'm not fucking around kind of formula. This is like I came here to kick ass and be a lighthouse. I'm all out of ass. Like this is like truly such a blinding formula, and it's Makeup Revolution, my guy. Like it's not in $60 made in Italy packaging, but it's nice for that reason. It's accessible. I will say though, I think this is one where if you're like medium to deep skin tones, you kind of only get the one shade, and that's kind of lame. But you can mix all of the shades together, because for me, if I just mix this white shade in with any other shade, it becomes perfect for me. Because like I've said, I'm a ghost. But like I really, out of everything in my collection, I'm sure the Nabla highlighters come close. I'm sure the Laura Geller highlighters come close. I'm sure the J.Cat highlighters come close. But my first thought for an exact dupe was this Makeup Revolution palette. So I'm throwing it in here because it's a great palette. I'm not just saying that. I reach for this constantly. I can't emphasize enough how much I love every highlighter I presented to you all today. This is fantastic. Look at that. Look at the glow. Look at the liquid metal. I love it. And this is, again, because it's baked, it's really easy to go softer with this formula and create a less intense glow, but then you can also amp it up to 11, and I love it. And then finally, I could not do this video. I could not talk about my favorite highlighters. I couldn't even talk about my favorite makeup in my collection. This is my favorite thing I own. This is the granddaddy. This is the Alpha. My Give Me Glow 9x9 Glow palette, but specifically just this Give Me Glow formula in general, because all of these pans are sold as singles. You do not have to be a crazy person like me. This is the absolute best highlighter formula in my collection. This is my favorite highlighter formula in my collection. This is the most blinding highlighter formula in my collection, and as you can see, there is a shade for everybody. The shades I go the hardest for are White Noise, Porcelain Peach, and Halo. Halo is a pretty famous shade because it's like a blue-yellow shift. There's nothing like it, really. Everyone in my life doesn't believe me about how incredible this formula is until they try it, and then they all run out and buy it and thank me later, because it's the best highlighter formula ever. If you're a glowing goddess or god, hey, I'm not here to judge, a glowing deity, if you will, and you want to look otherworldly, as Teresa would say, take me to your leader so I can fuck him and his entire family. If that's your vibe and you haven't tried to Give Me Glow highlighter, I don't know what you're waiting for. I cannot emphasize enough what this looks like on the face. It's like your face looks photoshopped. Like, I don't know how else to say it. It's really not for the faint of heart. It's not for, it's not for the weak. It's so incredible. I'm like not sponsored, but man, I wish I was, because I would go to battle for the Give Me Glow highlighters. I think everyone who is a makeup lover, everybody who is a highlighter lover, needs to try this formula. And like I said, there's 3 shades that I could probably never use. I can mix this white shade in with a lot of these, but these 3 darker ones, I can't use. But it was cheaper for me to buy the whole palette than it was to buy, I think, like the 5 that I wanted, so that's what I did. This is the best highlighter formula ever. I'm gonna say it one more time. Look at these. If you have a darker skin tone, can you even imagine? Oh my god, this purple one, am I focused? This purple one is legendary. Let me swatch these. I know like a swatch isn't probably doing it justice, but the way that this performs on the face, this is what I'm talking about when I referenced earlier, like a thicker, almost like silicone-y feeling, like dense, kind of sticky formula. I don't know how to say it. Where it definitely is going to emphasize texture, but it's going to be so blinding no one's going to notice. Like, this is such a crazy formula. I've tried so many highlighters. There are so many highlighters in my collection that I haven't even touched in this video. This is number 1. I love this palette. It's changed my life. I can't get it off my hand because my makeup eraser is dirty. I'm just gonna sit here and move my hand back and forth for 1 more second so you can get the point across. Give me glow, man. You killed it. This is literally like my favorite piece of makeup in my collection. This is it. The end. If it was all disappearing in front of my eyes. I talked about this in my my makeup supermarket sweep video of how, like, if this would have fit in the bag, this would have been the first thing that I grabbed. But like, and I've gone so hard, specifically in Halo, and looks like I haven't even made a dent. But this is just the best formula. Oh my god, you gotta try it. You gotta try it. I'm not sponsored, but I know they're doing a Black Friday sale. Those were all of my favorite highlighter formulas for all different reasons. And I will, of course, link Emily's video down below where she shares all of her favorite highlighters. That was everything I got. If you stand by Jaclyn Hill, that's fine. You know, don't let me or any other idiot on the internet sway you from what makes you happy. You do you. But I really am, like, begging you guys to look at the evidence provided for the situation, to think about it rationally, to really, for once in the beauty community, hold somebody accountable for their actions. If you're someone, though, who's, like, riding the fence about the issue, who, like, wasn't tempted before they saw her highlighter video, but then all of a sudden we're like, oh my god, they're so beautiful. I hope I've presented a lot of beautiful highlighters to you today that cover a wide range of needs. Like, there's so much great product on the market. I love doing these kinds of videos where I get to, like, sift through my collection and pick my favorites of whatever category, because I've tried so much makeup. A lot of it's crappy, but a lot of it is really fucking good, and I love presenting the good stuff to you guys, because I know how stressful it can be to not want to waste your money. And when you guys get in my DMs and you're like, hey, is X thing worth it? And I have to be like, I don't know, because it's so stressful to me to tell you guys how to spend your money. I hope I've presented a buffet of highlighters for you, and there was something here that was maybe tempting. I don't know. Or maybe you hated all of it, or you weren't looking for a highlighter to begin with, and now you're mad at me because I did tempt you. Sorry. There's so much good stuff. There's so much good stuff at all different budgets. There's so much good indie stuff out there. Makeup, my friend. I love makeup. You guys know that. Thank you so much, Emily, of course, for collabing with me. I love you so much. Emily's information will be linked down below. Please go check out her channel and support her. She is just a gorgeous little bean. I love her. She's a babe. If you like this video, if you like favorites videos, I guess we can call it a favorites video. Collabs, if you like collabs. And if you like me, please hit like and subscribe. You can also follow me on my Instagram, which is also Spookles and Fat Hips, and my Twitter at SpookyLacy. Both will be linked down below to see what I'm doing when I'm not on YouTube. And you can also watch the podcast, the Half Cousins podcast, where I talk about shit like Jaclyn Hill's launch all the time and what it means for the beauty community, blah, blah, blah. But other than that, that is all I have to say. Chat with me down below about your favorite highlighters. I'm gonna go edit this video now. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye, guys!